It was so heartbreaking for me the last time we talked about our personal life and his experience when he said, Father Randy, I can't wait to be working with you again as a chaplain. It was heartbreaking for me because it was difficult to happen that way, because I believe that his situation was getting worse. But we can tell where Paul's heart is. Today, we heard a beautiful gospel message that when we are suffering, when we are mourning, when we are grieving, when we are doing the right thing, expressing our love to others, bringing the face of God to others, experiencing suffering, and our love is not reciprocated by people, Jesus is affirming that we are in the right place. And that is very consoling for us. That is a good message for all of us. And it is, I believe, it is a blessing for all of you to have Father Paul, because in this ministry, he showed the compassionate face of Jesus. He allowed himself to bring the church and the body of Christ and hope to the people. He made the gospel message that we heard today true and attainable to every patient that he visited, to every family that he comforted. And as a patient, while I was sharing with Father Paul, it's a different story. From time to time, he would text me and update me with pictures and records of what was happening to him. And I told him, Father Paul, I couldn't say anything, because I was crying all the time, receiving text messages from Father Paul. But I kept him always in my prayers. Whenever I celebrate Mass here, I kept that in my heart. And that's the way how we relate to each other. We relate to each other as chaplain to chaplain, priest to priest, and brother to each other. It is not a big loss for the family to have a beautiful heart, a beautiful person, a wonderful priest. It is not a big loss because he is not away from us, and he will never be away from us. Life has changed. Life has not ended. Life has changed. So my brothers and sisters, the gospel today will always be an inspiration to all of us. It is a reminder how much God affirms our sorrow. God blesses us, especially at this time of difficulties, losing someone we love. But the real thing is we never lose Father Paul. We never lose him. And Father Paul will keep praying for all of us. Last night we were talking and he was laughing when I said, Father Paul, make it sure tonight you change your prayer. Tell the Lord that you would like to take your temporal punishment here on earth. And when you're paid and you're clean and pure, that's the time that God can take you back home. And he said, I like that. Three of us were laughing last night because it's so, I said, what a wise prayer. I like that. I'm gonna do that. And I was surprised early in the morning today that we were counting hours. And then I cried. While I was driving, going to Palo Alto, I was crying. And I said, Lord, is this the sign that he's already pure? I asked the Lord because that was our topic last night. And then he asked me to go back home, take some rest. So I promised to him, I'll see you tomorrow, and I will come back tomorrow evening, which is today. Life is so short. It's so fast. Last month we were talking about plenary indulgence because I came to visit him in the house last week of October, preparing for the month of November, because the first 8 days of November, the church gave us a plenary indulgence. So I invited him to prepare himself and also to bring more souls to God. And yesterday, I believe that Father Paul used that prayer. My brothers and sisters, let us always remember, blessed are those who are mourning.